Open your inbox and it doesn't look like a promo. It looks like the market is searching your house for ounces right now. The subject line says, "We want to buy your silver." When dealers ask to buy, not sell, something shifted. People are reporting bids like $125 for plain rounds, while spot prints near $90 or $100 today. That spread is the warning light. Normally you pay the premium and the dealer keeps the spread. In a flip, the dealer pays the premium because stock is scarce. This isn't a doomsday prophecy, but it is stress in the pipes. And stressed pipes burst without notice. Right after this intro, smash like and hit subscribe so you don't miss weekly updates. These signals show up quietly before they hit headlines. And comment your country below because premiums vary by region. I want to map what you're seeing in real time. Nothing here is personal financial advice, so verify every number yourself before acting. I'll show you a simple way to check the signal. Start with the word spot. It's a paper benchmark, not a promise of shelf price. Physical adds fabrication, shipping, insurance, and availability. In tight markets, availability becomes the biggest fee by far. Dealers usually buy near spot and sell a few dollars above it. That spread pays payroll, risk, and overhead. So when a dealer offers spot plus $1,500 or $25, that's urgency. They're paying extra to replace inventory they can't replace anywhere else. Upstream means mints, refiners, and wholesalers. If any link slows, retail dries up fast. One delayed shipment can empty a storefront. A few delayed shipments can empty an entire dealer network. Now bring in the big orders. Some buyers don't want 20 ounces. They want 100,000 ounces on schedule in one shot. When that call arrives, the dealer either says no or starts hunting immediately. Hunting means paying up wherever metal exists, even retail. That's why the email hits your inbox, not a billboard. Dealers want quiet supply, not a public rush. And quiet supply only works if holders stay calm. If everyone notices the shortage, sellers vanish and bids climb quickly. Here's the math. $99 spot and a $125 bid on 100,000 ounces adds $2.6 million in extra cost. Dealers don't eat that for fun. They eat it because an end buyer will pay more than $125, usually in size. Otherwise, it's a losing inventory swap. So ask the real question. Who is paying the higher number? And why do they need size right now, not later? Family offices and industrial buyers care about delivery certainty most of all. They don't care about the prettiest tube or label. When certainty gets scarce, the premium becomes the price. The screen becomes a reference, not a checkout number. That's how a loop begins. Higher buyback bids tell holders, this is harder to replace than you think. Then fewer people sell, which forces bids higher. The bid itself becomes a message that stops selling. You've seen this in housing and used cars. When supply disappears, offers get strange and fast. I'm not telling you to panic or go all in. I'm telling you to read the signal like a stress test. Stress shows up at the edges first. Sellouts, longer lead times, and sudden changes in dealer quotes. Those are the early clues you can track. So don't rely on screenshots or rumors. Pull real bids today and compare them. Call 3 local shops and ask their buy price for generic 1-ounce rounds. Then ask one online dealer for a sell to them quote in writing. Write it down and timestamp it. Compare buyback bids to spot and compare retail. Ask prices to spot at the same time. If both sides are high, strong buybacks and high retail premiums, you're seeing real tightness. If only one side is high, it may be temporary noise. Also, ask about delivery dates. Price is visible. Time is the hidden cost most people ignore. 2 weeks is normal churn. 8 to 12 weeks is a strained pipeline, even if the website looks fine. Now, paper versus physical. Futures markets are built for hedging and liquidity, not for shipping metal to everyone on demand. Most contracts are closed, rolled, or cash settled. That's normal behavior in a liquid paper system, especially for hedgers. The tension rises when more players want delivery at the same time. If supply is slow, paper and physical can diverge for months. That's why premiums matter. Premiums are the vote of people who need real metal, not a chart or a tweet. If premiums stay elevated for weeks, it's not just weekend hype. It's a mismatch between demand and immediate supply that won't disappear. Back to that inbox email. Dealers don't blast buybacks unless they believe they can move metal quickly. Words like instant quote and fast wire are friction killers. They want your ounces now, not later, and they want them clean. In tight times, your stack becomes inventory. The market searches wherever metal sits. If this is one city, it's a curiosity. If it's many dealers, it's a national signal. Hold that framework, because next we connect it to the macro forces behind the demand. Those forces don't care about a news cycle. Block 2. The macro force is confidence in currency, in banks, in purchasing power. When confidence slips, hard assets get attention. Since the early 1970s, we've lived in a full fiat era. It works only if printing stays disciplined. When money grows faster than real production, prices reprice over time. Silver sits between monetary fear and industrial need. It's used in electronics, solar, medical applications, and high-efficiency manufacturing. That industrial base creates steady baseline demand. Add an investment surge on top of industrial pull, and the same ounces get chased twice. Tightness can appear even with mines running. New mine supply is slow. Permits, financing, and construction take years, not weeks. Recycling helps, but it's limited by collection cycles. You can't recycle metal that people refuse to sell. Now add geopolitics and trade friction. If tariffs, sanctions, or shipping issues change routes, local premiums can spike. A region paying more becomes a magnet. Wholesalers ship to the highest net bid, and other regions feel the shortage. That's why a global chart can look calm while your local shop is empty. Metals are global, but availability is local. People say arbitrage fixes everything. Arbitrage is real, but it costs time, paperwork, and transport. You need fabrication, assay, insurance, and delivery. Big buyers pay up to avoid all that waiting. And when they pay up, dealers respond by raising buyback bids. Retail becomes the quickest source of ready ounces. We've seen this pattern before. In 2008, paper prices fell, yet physical coins stayed scarce and expensive. In 2020, supply chains cracked and premiums widened for months. Screens moved one way while shelves moved another. So the takeaway isn't paper is fake. It's that different markets clear at different speeds under stress. Now add leverage and stress multiplies. Rule changes, margin hikes, and thin liquidity can force exits at the worst moment. The 1980 Hunt Brothers story is the classic lesson. Leverage can be crushed even if the long-term thesis is right. Owning physical outright is different from holding leveraged paper. One can wait, the other can be forced out. So separate two decisions, your belief about the metal and your need for cash. Those are not the same thing. If you need liquidity for real life, you might sell a slice. If you don't let an email rush you. Here's the checklist that usually flashes before headlines do. Track these signals weekly, not emotionally. Number 1, buyback emails and above spot bids. Track how often they appear and how far above spot they go. Number 2, sellouts and delivery windows. Watch in-stock labels, purchase limits, and shipping delays. Number 3, inventory metrics and spreads. Watch reported exchange stocks and whether near-month delivery trades richer. Number 4, global premium gaps. Watch if major hubs price above futures and keep pulling metal inward. If all 4 climb together for weeks, it's not a one-day craze. It's pressure building across the chain. But there's also a softer explanation, temporary bottlenecks in fabrication or shipping. The test is whether premiums fade when supply catches up. So don't guess, measure. If buybacks drop back toward spot and lead times shrink, stress is easing. If buybacks stay high and inventory stays thin, stress is rising. That's when the screen price starts losing authority. Now practical moves with no drama. If you sell anything, treat it like a professional transaction. Get 3 quotes and confirm fees and payment method in writing. A premium is meaningless with slow terms or hidden costs. Only deal with established buyers, thus verify identities through official channels. Fast markets attract impersonators. Never ship based on a random email reply address. Initiate contact yourself, confirm the buy order, and document everything. Know your local tax and reporting rules. The back office details matter as much as the price. If you're long-term, think in layers. A small sale can fund life while the core position stays intact. And remember what the buyback email is saying. Someone wants metal now and is paying extra for speed. That can be real tightness or a temporary dislocation. Either way, it's a reason to watch closely, not to spiral. Your edge as a retail holder is patience. You don't have a delivery deadline or a client mandate. So keep tracking real bids and real availability. If premiums persist across regions, the signal is stronger. If the paper physical gap widens, immediacy is getting pricier. The market is paying for certainty. If the next wave of buyback emails turns even more aggressive, log it. Evidence beats emotion every time. Drop the word check in the comments if you want my weekly tracking template. I'll post it and keep it updated. Because the first whisper of a squeeze usually arrives in your inbox. And by the time TV notices, the easy ounces are gone.